Have you ever thought about what happens when your life partner, the person you cherish the most, suddenly vanishes? A chilling thought indeed, but for our main character, it's not a mere supposition. Born into poverty and raised by violent step-parents, our protagonist's early life was filled with adversity. Her existence was one of struggle and sorrow, until she crossed paths with John Jungkook. Jungkook wasn't just any man, he was the leader of the biggest Asian Mafia. Despite his cold exterior, he offered her a way out of her oppressive life. They got married, and it seemed like she might finally experience a pleasant life. However, Jungkook's world was perilous, and one day he didn't return. His absence left a void in her life, filled with an immense sense of loss. Suddenly, she was on her own again, her hero, her love, taken away without warning. The bitter reality of her life came back, but there was an unexpected revelation. She found out was pregnant. This discovery brought a glimmer of joy into her life. She was soon to be a mother, a single mother. She braced herself for the journey ahead, that life was about to test her in new ways. She was alone, heartbroken and pregnant with a baby boy. Little did she know her story was just starting. What would you do if you had to raise a child all by yourself? A child who is the living reminder of the love you once had. Imagine the strength, the courage, the sheer force of will it would take to face each day, each challenge, alone. Now picture our protagonist, a young woman, a single mother navigating the world with a small child in tow. Her husband, Jungkook, was once her rock, her anchor. But now he is but a memory, leaving behind a gaping void that seems impossible to fill. But fill it she does, each day, with love and determination. She becomes the sole provider, the comforter, the disciplinarian, the teacher. She becomes the world for her son, just as he becomes hers. She is his first word, his first step, his first love. A mother's love, they say, knows no bounds, and hers is a testament to that. Yet with every laughter of her son, every tiny milestone he crosses, the echo of her husband's absence grows louder. The joy of motherhood is often punctuated by the sorrow of his loss. There are nights when her heart aches with the weight of her loneliness, her grief. She feels the sharp sting of his absence, the cold side of the bed, the silent meals. And yet, she rises every morning, ready to face another day, to fight another battle, for her son, for Jungkook's memory. Her life becomes a balancing act, a tightrope walk between joy and sorrow, between the past and the future. She is caught in the middle, a woman trying to be strong for her son while nursing her own wounds. But she is resilient. She is a pillar of strength, a beacon of hope. She is a woman who has loved and lost, but has not allowed the loss to define her. Her struggles are real, her pain palpable. But her spirit remains unbroken, her resolve unshaken. She finds solace in her son, the living reminder of the love she once shared with Jungkook. Despite her hardships, she found solace in her son, the only part of Jungkook she had left. What if you started finding clues that the person you thought was gone forever might still be alive? Imagine the flurry of emotions, the rush of adrenaline that courses through your veins. That's exactly what our young mother experienced when she stumbled upon the first clue. On a visit to her grandmother's grave, a detour led her to Jungkook's mother's grave. There she found fresh flowers laid gently on the headstone, their scent still lingering in the crisp morning air. These weren't just any flowers. They were the same ones Jungkook used to place on his mother's grave. A coincidence, she thought initially, but the seed of hope had already been planted. As days turned into weeks, she began to notice more signs. The familiar cologne on her son's sweater, a note written in Jungkook's unmistakable handwriting, a mysterious phone call with a voice that sounded eerily familiar. Each clue was like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle, gradually forming a picture she dared not believe. But it was not just the clues that kept her hope alive. It was also the dreams. Dreams in which Jungkook was not just a memory, but a living, breathing presence. Dreams so vivid, they blurred the line between sleep and wakefulness, making her question her own sanity. Yet, they also gave her strength, fueled her determination to find the truth. As the clues piled up, so did her hope. It grew stronger, brighter, like a beacon in the darkness of her despair. Yet it was also tinged with fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of disappointment, fear of the unknown. Still, she clung to that hope, letting it guide her through the labyrinth of uncertainty. But the biggest clue was yet to come. A clue that would not just hint at the possibility of Jungkook's survival, but would bring her face to face with the truth. A truth that would shatter her world, and then piece it back together in ways she could never have imagined. But nothing prepared her for what she was about to find out. What if the unimaginable happened? What if the person you thought was gone forever walked back into your life? Imagine a gloomy evening, the sun setting and casting long shadows on the ground. A young mother, her heart pounding, is frantically searching for her child, her precious little boy. Suddenly, she spots him in the distance, an ice cream cone in his hand, and a familiar figure beside him. As she draws closer, she can't believe her eyes. It's him. It's John Jungkook, her lost love, her husband, the father of her child. Her heart leaps with joy and fear, a tumultuous mix of emotions that threatens to overwhelm her. The shock of seeing him alive, the relief of finding her son safe, the joy of their reunion. It's a moment frozen in time, a precious gift she thought she'd lost forever. The next moments are a blur. She rushes towards them, her son's laughter ringing in her ears, her eyes locked on Jungkook. He looks different, older and more worn, but it's him. As she reaches them, her son rushes into her arms, babbling excitedly about his new friend. But her eyes are only for Jungkook. The story of his survival is as incredible as their reunion. A mission gone wrong, a near-death experience, 5 long months in a coma, and a grueling recovery process. Yet, despite all odds, he managed to complete his mission, to bring justice to those who had made them suffer. The joy of their reunion is seasoned with the pain of their past, the trials they've endured. They hold each other close, their son sandwiched between them, a living testament to their love and their resilience. Their journey has been a long one, filled with heartbreak and hardship, but they've emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. And so, after years of pain and loneliness, they were finally reunited, a family once again.